Tapping into our human sonar and using oh, you fuck me. I get it. I get it. Start again there.
That's fine.
Tapping into our human sonar and using echolocation, locating the different directions of sounds, Goosey to the base, and Nyon, your city, at the top. Friends of CJ. So what's happening now? When you first got in the studio, which feels like 8 hours ago, considering this is part 2, you mentioned some charity work you were doing. Do you want to give that a shout out?
Yeah. So a lot of the work I'm doing is with NextGen Unite. It's a non-profit organisation that my cousin Mamuch started 3 years ago. It's pretty much an organisation created by youth for youth, mainly targeting kids' disadvantages and also trying to keep kids, out of trouble mainly, and just really helping them integrate between because at the moment there's 2 different lives for South Sudanese community and anyone in general coming from different countries to Australia. You've got your Australian culture and you've got your culture that you're from. And sometimes trying to get from that to that is challenging for different people. And for South Sudanese kids as well, it's especially if you're from a tough area, it's very tough because a lot of stuff kids don't really, some of these kids aren't really guided as much as they should and as well as they should. And guys like myself and ambassadors, guys like Mabure that people look up to and stuff like that have the voice to really help these kids do well in this area. And a lot of stuff we do is so there's a finance is massive because obviously with finance is in our culture it's so different to what it is here. And like if over there it's semi-nomadic. And it's like you're moving from places to places. It's kind of like similar to Indigenous culture over here.
No, like crazy capitalistic system of like order and power and money and saving and this and that. It's like so different to what you articulated.
Continually moving to opportunity.
Continually moving in terms of
sharing with your community, like
and with cattle as well, moving locations so the cattle can be looked after and stuff like that. Because cattle is massive in our culture. I reckon you might have heard me speak about it in my presentation I did. And cattle is also seen as currency over there, and there's different things valuable that people trade with. So finance is very different over here, and investing is a massive part of the South Sudanese culture that needs to obviously want to introduce to the older generation because we're the first generations here. We're trying to teach, the newcomers and these type of people, how a way to live in this culture and stuff like that. So it's cool. At the end of the day, it's pretty much I'm kind of like a big brother to these kids.
Man for the community, like you said.
Yeah.
Service leadership. That's your contributions to the charity. You just help the kids to have someone to role model. This is how you can do a great job of coming from your circumstances to where you are now. And here's the sort of progression. Let me help you. Let's discuss it. Like that's how you contribute to the charity.
Correct. And also there's a lot of stuff we do as well. We hold events throughout the year, different types of events. You might have seen in the photo I showed you earlier, there'd be concerts and stuff where South Sudanese singers, rappers come in. It's like a bonding session. Everyone comes in and stuff like that. And there's also AFL games we play throughout the year where it's the east side versus the west of Melbourne. It's pretty much a get-together. We do dances, music, and pretty much at the end of the day, it's pretty much just getting together and becoming one as a community.
And if people wanted to find out about this, who are in the African community, didn't know how to integrate, struggling integrating, listen to PTA, who knows how they're finding it, how do they go about getting involved?
Yeah, if you look up NextGen Unite on Instagram, there's a lot of details there. There's a link there. You guys can suss out as well. Registration forms for next games if you want to be a part of that. And a lot of events as well, if you want to be a part of that as well, will be in the link for sure.
Heaps of information on ngu.org.au if you want to donate, if you want to learn more. There's a lot there. There's some epic photos of some pretty cool live sets, it seems, some rap shows, and then some some gutsy AFL games, man. Music, what's the next steps for you there?
Yeah, music, it's something that really takes my mind off, AFL and how tough it is at times. Music has the ability to change my whole mood, my whole vibe, whether I want to calm down or whether I want to, G up and run through a wall, which is a few tracks I played before the game before we run out. And obviously our post-game celebration as well, being 4-0. How good are the tracks?
Let me just quickly, for the listeners, man. CJ wheeled that big mega boom in to the showers.
In the showers. After every game, straight in the showers.
And it's like a mosh pit in the showers. Straight SoundCloud tunes too, so they're especially naughty.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and man, total vibe. But sorry, I cut you off then.
What was your favourite one out of those songs?
Mate, that Nelly Furtado one, what was it? No, hang on.
Rihanna,
what was the
Disturbia.
There's this Disturbia remix, and it's so fat. Yeah. And
is that your remix?
Nah, not that one. Nah, that's a Sexy Back remix. Yeah,
but your intent on producing more music eventually. What producing an EP, DJing shows into the future. What are the range of things that people can go to? Soij Music, CORJ.
Check it out on Insta. Yeah, my whole idea. At the moment, I'm trying to get the wins on the board so we can play some finals footy and obviously win the flag. And while I'm doing that, after pretty much, throughout the week, I'll try bust out a few tracks. So at the moment, I've just finished out 2 tracks that I'll probably release in the next coming weeks on SoundCloud.
Cool. What's your SoundCloud tag? How's that work?
It's Soij as well.
CORJ Music
on SoundCloud. And yeah, so my whole idea is eventually by the end of the season have these portfolio or this folder of my music that I've produced this year and eventually play it out for people after the season and have a good time. And obviously I found out the more time I've had, the better of production I've got. And it's credit to a lot of people that have helped me find my sound and what I want to do with it. And eventually I would love to play, at big shows and stuff like that. In the off season for sure. If anyone wants to get on board and host a big event, hey, hit me up.
100%. And you do an amazing job.
Appreciate it, bro.
Whether it be a DJ set or coming in with your new tunes, I've had a little sneak peek, and hopefully I'm going to hear a few more in a little while. But I really think from this whole discussion, all I can see and know and understand is that you are going to be a very successful, happy man, and you already are. And whatever you're intent on doing, which is playing AFL and having success and playing music and having a good time, being a good person, you're going to continue to just do that, and things are going to align very nicely for you, Siege. And I just want to say thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing all that stuff with us. We've plugged, your music. Please go and find Siege if you want to give him some beautiful, positive feedback or book him in for a show at PTA.listen if you want to find us. And I think you're going to send us off with some lifters. You've got however many songs you want, bro.
Yeah, there is no cap on this, man. You get a proper runway here.
Oh, yeah.
So to the audience, have fun. And thanks for joining us. This
Appreciate
is PTA.
It. Thank you so much for having me. A massive shout out to PTA. They've done an incredible job, and I'm really fortunate and happy to be part of it. Appreciate it, bro.
Thank you, bro.